Hello, today we're going to talk about dashboards and how they fit into the leadership matrix. We put our strategic plan together. We have clarity, we have our goals, we have actions, we have alignment of the organization, we have accountability. We've now assigned rocks or actions to individuals on the team, and now it's time to execute. And the key to execution, of course, is rhythm, having a weekly meeting, at least a weekly meeting, where the staff gets together, goes around the room quickly, tells what good things happened this last week. You review the dashboards and review the numbers for the week based on the goals that we set for ourselves for the quarter. So today I wanted to quickly go through how to put the dashboards together and their benefits. The first one here is Jane Doe, fourth quarter of 2010, 13,200 hours shipped, $600 bonus is the reward for the quarter if we make that. You see you have 13 weeks across here for a quarter, red, yellow, green, and total, which I'll explain. And then the projects themselves, or the rocks, the actions that she is responsible and being accountable, for the quarter. Flat screen TV in the plant in the meeting room. She's going to work on that for 5 weeks. She wants to get that finished in 5 weeks. So you see NA from not applicable from 6 through 13. She thinks she needs to put 5 hours in to get that done, and thus if she puts an hour in a week for those first 5 weeks, each week she gets a green in that square. If she does nothing, she gets a red. There is no in between in this case, so this really should be a red or a green. You see the first week she got a green, the second week she got a red. Next one is pre-interview candidates to top grade the organization. She feels she needs to put an hour in each week, week in and week out over the quarter, 13 hours to get this project done. Financial plan, 2 hours, but every other week. She doesn't want to spend every week on this, so every other week she's going to put in 2 hours. That's 14 hours for the quarter, 7 different weeks in which she's going to plan on working on it. Over to the right here you see action plan, and in each case she's put set time for rocks on the calendar. What she's saying here is that she's going to take the information off this dashboard, and she's actually going to make appointments and block time on her calendar to work on these specific things at certain times during each week or every other week depending on the project. She's going to make an appointment with herself, a commitment to herself that she's going to focus on that. I saw a study the other day that showed 1 hour of uninterrupted time focused on a subject get you the same results as 3 hours of unfocused time. So it's very important to schedule on your calendar these hours that you want to work, and making a commitment to yourself that you're going to spend the time during that hour uninterrupted, focused on the project, and you'll see that you get these things done. You see financial plan, we talked about evaluating the move to WVE, an hour a week, and then cash flow tracking improvement. She's not going to work on that until week 5. But then she wants to put in 2 hours a week from week 5 through week 13. We took the total maximum hours she would ever spend would be 7, and in this case she wouldn't be spending 7 hours in any given week on her rocks. So it's definitely doable. And that's just kind of a gut check on how many hours am I talking about spending on this stuff, and is it doable. There's most of these, like every other week here, she would spend an hour, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. So 5 hours is the most at any one given time, I think, that she's going to be spending, maybe 6 on any one given project. So it's kind of a gut check, and it works in this case that she will have the time to do it. Here's John Doe, same company, quarterly meeting. He's got 10 hours he needs to spend on that, but as you can see, he's only going to spend weeks 6 through 10 on that project. 2 hours each week, 10 hours in total. Build a stronger sales presence. He needs to spend 5 hours a week on that every week. So it's 65 total hours. If he does 5, he gets a green. 3 to 4, he gets a yellow. And anything less than 3, he's getting a red. The updating of this, as you can see, is very simple. You just put in a letter, Y, R, or G, and it colors the square. So once it's set up, this is a very simple thing to update for each weekly meeting. Find a strategic CEO for the business. Again, 1 hour a week for 13 weeks. Now, why is there a skip here? Well, there's a skip because these are the rocks that are on the strategic plan. These are the things he's accountable for. But these are other projects that he needs to do during the quarter for his own edification, he's going to use this tool to kind of plan his time, as we talked about before. He's got a marketing plan that he's every other week's going to work on for 5 hours, and develop new ways of lean manufacturing through equipment and process, again, every other week for 5 hours. So in total, he's got 16.5 hours here, but in any one given week, it's only about 10 or 11 hours that he's going to work on major projects and rocks for the quarter. So this, again, is a gut check. Am I going to have time? Am I taking on too much? And in this case, he doesn't feel like he is, so that's his plan. He'll go to his scheduler now, or his calendar, and he'll block this time off over the quarter, just as though he was going to New York City, or just as though he had an appointment with a big customer. He's going to block it off and make an appointment with himself. You know, we're real good at making commitments to other people, but when it comes to making commitments to ourselves, sometimes we don't do it. And that's what's important in time management, priority and action management, is to take these things you're accountable for and make sure you're working on the important things during the quarter and let the pebbles fall in place. With that, we use these in the weekly meetings. Everyone brings a copy for everyone else, or you have a screen that you show them on. But everybody comes to that meeting with that week's information filled out. And then you can see in a snapshot what's going on. So in this case, let's say that someone comes to this meeting like that, and they've got 3, 4 reds in a row. There's definitely something wrong. It's not a report card. It's not to say, hey, you know, John's done a bad job. It's to say something's wrong. John agreed to be accountable for this. We know he wants to get this project done, but something's getting in the way. So it gives management the opportunity to say, how can we help you? Do you need more resources? Do you need reprioritization? Did you bite off more than you could chew this quarter? Let's reprioritize. But it's a flag is all it is on how things are going. If everything's green, probably something's wrong. But if it is green and then things are going well, there's no need dwelling on it. So it's a quick snapshot for everybody to see how everyone else is doing toward the rocks that we all agreed were vitally important for us to make our plan for the quarter and for the year. Thanks again for your time.